Hey everyone, my name is Tim Pongres and this is Focus on Detailing. Today's video is all about that car that you wish you never sold. Let me start this video off with a question, and that would be, how can you tell if you've got an Aussie dad? One key indicator is if you've heard one or likely all of the following. See that car over there? I used to have one. Or, they don't make Aussie cars like they used to. Or my personal favourite. Listen, if I still had the cars I had back then now, we'd be rich. This car that's currently sitting behind you is one that he likely could have had, but most likely wish he had. This machine could likely settle the bickering between the Holden and the Ford fans, as it was such a well-rounded and respected beast. Now that would be the mighty Torana SLR 5000. It's a true Aussie icon that's going to be treated with some Aussie-made products. It's all about the interior detailing today, and there's a bit to get through. So without further ado, let's get started.
As for this part of the video, I'll be going over each product separately, but leaving my thoughts to the end the best I can. I should also mention that Bowden's own leather combo won't be included in this, as I've previously completed a video dedicated to those two. Without a doubt, the first thing you want to do with this Torana is admire it. Once you're done, you can begin with the first cleaning step. Not the most enjoyable, but it's got to be done before we get into using those products. And that's cleaning out the clutter and thoroughly vacuuming. This will give us a better idea as to what's ahead, and also while this is happening, we can plan how we're going to further clean and become familiar with the surfaces throughout. Once content with the vacuuming, I brought out the first Bowden's own product of the day, Orange Agent. This citrus smelling concoction is used in a similar fashion to an APC. In fact, you could almost call it one. This versatile cleaner will be used firstly in a way that you might not initially think. Diluting it with warm water, the mix was used within my Tornado. This will be used both as a cleaner through chemical and forced air. As the air passes through the nozzle, it creates a vortex-like pressure, forcing the mess out to later be collected. Essentially, we're killing two birds with one stone, though I'll use the more conventional method later. This is an awesome tool for both hard and softer surfaces such as fabrics and carpet, as it almost vibrates and pushes sand, dirt and dust out, and the Orange Agent can aid in removing heavier stains, then later dab with a microfiber towel. This process I find myself using quite a lot, but now I'll be moving on to the more typical use for this product. I sprayed it into a brush in most cases to avoid overspray, then agitated across the selected area. Don't be fooled if it's not foaming up like other cleaners you might see. This will change depending on the surfaces you're working with, as you'll see later. What we do want, however, is to break down the grime and staining on top, to then be easily removed with the towel, which is exactly what I followed with. The filthy top buildup had been softened, leaving the bare vinyl cleaned and back to a superior matte-like finish. Now unfortunately, this is the only time I'll complain about a car being too clean, as it makes it hard to show the power of this product. I think a better way to show it would be with a half and half. That way we can gauge just what it's doing. Spray, agitate, wipe, done. Impressively, there was still a very nice notable difference. If you were hesitant to apply this, I believe it can be diluted for safer cleaning on more delicate surfaces, but it's not overly harsh to begin with. Be put more at ease with its pH neutral formula that can really be used over many surfaces inside and out of your car. If you wanted to boost the cleaning power, you can follow up or use in conjunction with a steam cleaner, a cleaning method that you'll wonder how you ever went without it. It's great for those dirtier spots like pedals and steering wheels. With the cleaning of the vinyl surfaces complete, I moved on to the fabric and carpet. This calls for the next product. Fabra Cadabra. Keeping in line with the cleaning and similarly coloured solution, it was time to tidy up those seats and carpet. Again, I'll be using this product in a few different ways. First up, being blended with warm water and Orange Agent used through my George pneumatic shampooer. I gave the area a good zesting with Fabricadabra, paying particular attention to those stains if needed. Then followed with the washing mix and began agitating with a brush. Usually I'd use a drill brush for superior cleaning, but these seats are quite old and require that lighter cleaning process. Now once content, I extracted the loosened mess, leaving behind a clean and fresh seat. The joys of this product is that not only can it help lift stains, it also leaves behind a very pleasant odour, which is exactly what you'll be after when dealing with older, I suppose, more stale interiors. This is not the standard way of it being used, as not everyone may have the ability to extract the chemical once applied. This Fabricadabra is usually directed towards spot stain removal, avoiding spraying directly into the affected area, rather into an applicator or towel, dab and agitate to loosen, then use a second towel to draw out what's needed. To show that it can be used that way, I went about it without the pneumatic George. I sprayed it firstly into an applicator pad, then began working into a dirtier spot. Now I know it's hard to see what's actually being done with these seats, but from what you can see within the applicator, those marks are definitely being lifted. If you don't believe me, I did use it throughout a very filthy truck interior for good measure. These stains were hard, old and gross. Now it was slow work, but rewarding. It did manage to lift and then safely remove those dirty spots. This can be used across a variety of fabrics and material, from headlining, as seen before, carpet, suede and more. Its main purpose is to spot clean heavier stains. Obviously, the sooner you get onto the affected area, the better, as even the best cleaners will struggle to remove heavier staining without extra work. Now up next, we have Farkoff. Don't be shocked by the name. This is a product that you'll always want to have handy. This sanitizing spray is as simple as a spray, wipe and repeat. Though we can't see what's being removed, it's strange to say there's almost a therapeutic feel when using this product. Knowing you're cleaning on a bacterial level, putting your mind, or even if you have customers' minds, at ease. Killing as many nasties as we can, having it rest over the selected surfaces, before wiping and repeating over the hot spots as needed. But be careful with the wording here. We're not disinfecting, we're sanitizing. Simply put, we're reducing the germs, not always eradicating, as that can't be promised. That would entail more work and more potent chemicals and procedures. Even so, it's satisfying knowing those nasties are still being sorted out. Not to mention, this is a great product to have on the go during the final steps of the interior cleaning, being it spot or entire surface wiping. The eucalypt smell is immediate but not overbearing, rather adding to the overall clean feel. It can be used over an impressive amount of surfaces, so it's truly a safe option. But this will be one of the last standalone cleaning sprays for this job. Now for the first protective product, though it does still have some cleaning ability. Bring out Vinyl Care. Much like the previous application, it's pretty straightforward. Spraying directly into an applicator pad, then working into the vinyl surfaces. This is working to both clean and protect the given area. Though we have already deep cleaned with orange agent, this is a more gentle cleaning method. Once it has time to penetrate or soak into the surface, buff off the excess. Now it created a nice low sheen finish through what's been stated as its water-based mix. It's adding a protective barrier from UV and preventing cracking with its solvent-free formula. Some alternatives will leave your interior with a greasy, glossy, tacky finish, and at times actually dry out the surfaces, which would lead to further damage. The benefits of using this kind of mix is it will leave a non-greasy, non-slick finish, so it's stated that it can be actually applied to steering wheels and even floor mats, which would usually be a no-go, as slippery mats and slippery steering wheels can be a recipe for disaster. Vinyl Care's purpose is to clean and care for those heavy, worn and exposed surfaces, but don't be fooled by its name. It's not limited to vinyl alone, as it can be used across a variety of other interior surfaces, from leather, plastics and rubber. This will help prevent seals and trim from eroding and becoming brittle, and it will give it that back to black superior look in the meantime. It has a sweet smell that I can't quite pinpoint, but it's not overbearing. Next on the list, Pongo. With a spray and forget, it's just that simple. I misted areas, and though this car wasn't overly smelly, it can still bring about a superior, cleaner odour. Hard to pinpoint what it actually does smell like, it's almost like a soapy, fresh smell. What's happening here as I mist over the areas is it's neutralising the odour molecules, and after having everything thoroughly deep cleaned, it's a perfect way to top it off. Though it can be used as a standalone product to help remove bad smells. And being safe for fabrics, vinyl and leather trim, it's a perfect fit for this Torana. Pretty simple and straightforward for that one, but now it's time for the next product. It wouldn't be a complete interior clean without a glass cleaner. Bring out Naked Glass. A glass cleaning cloth is only as good as the cleaner that goes with it. With a spray directly into my towel, I thoroughly wipe down all the glass surfaces, side to side, up, down, all around, and flipping the towel over, all in an effort to remove haze and streaks. Glass cleaning isn't a favourite job, so having a great glass cleaner can make the task at hand not as painful. Naked Glass can put you further at ease with its ammonia-free formula, and its ability to dry quickly and streak-free finish made for smooth sailing. It can also be used across mirrors and chrome, which is often overlooked but an essential part of the process. Having tinted windows is also not an issue for Naked Glass. Now, no car is safe from grotty windows, so having a glass cleaner on hand is always a good idea. Take your time when using a glass cleaner, making sure to look on different angles to make sure you've reached every spot, even bringing it out into the direct sunlight, as that will be the telltale sign if every little bit has been cleaned up. When it comes to glass cleaning, sometimes less is more, so don't go spraying directly onto the glass, rather into the towel first. Then make sure every spot is wiped thoroughly. We've come now to the last on the list, a protective product that's taken years to get right and bring together: Fabritection. This water-based fabric protective spray will be the final piece to the complete interior detail. I sprayed directly into an applicator pad until it was damp-ish and began massaging it into the selected area, working in thoroughly to ensure an even coat. It's a great idea to apply it to obviously a well-cleaned surface like this, but even better and a must to apply it to fabric that's completely dried to get the most out of it. This will help prevent staining and also create a barrier from UV rays, in turn reducing the chance of fading, and also it won't be easily wiped off from simple rubbing or scuffing with its anti-abrasion resistance. Fabritection is also biodegradable, so you can sleep easier at night knowing that. And my favourite part is that it doesn't change the overall appearance or feel of the fabric. While some leave behind a sticky, tacky finish, Fabritection still allows for the fabric to breathe and will leave it feeling just as nice as it did before, but simply protected. Now, using this product, I know people will be expecting a water test to check the beading, and I unfortunately won't be performing it within this Torana, as it's recommended to wait between 24 to 48 hours for it to properly cure. But luckily, I've tested this product before on different types of car mats. One El Cheapo wiry mat and the other dense luxury. After waiting 24 hours, I checked its water repellency performance over both. It was obvious that both wanted no water being penetrated through the now protective barrier. If you want to give it that little bit extra, all you have to do is wait 20 minutes, then you can apply a second layer. So to summarise and give my thoughts, Orange Agent is a favourite of mine, an APC that you'll want plenty of due to it being so versatile but still being a gentle cleaner. It smells great, cleans well, and doesn't leave behind a slippery feel like some cleaners do. I've been lucky enough to clean truck interiors now, which as you can imagine are rather messy. Orange Agent works wonders to melt down built up grime to then be collected. Customers, or you, will be climbing into your car or their car with a clean, fresh citrus smell thanks to Orange Agent. Now, I did say depending on the surface type you may get more of the foaming action if that's what you're after, as seen with this truck, but the foaming really doesn't mean that much. It's the cleaning that's important, and well, just see what's being lifted from the VW Golf seat. Fabricadabra makes for a great spot cleaner. If you have a shampooer or extractor, you'll already be leagues ahead. But for those heavier stains that need direct attention, this spray will be great to have at the ready. No matter what though, it's important to get onto those stains sooner rather than later, so you don't actually have to use shampooers or steam cleaners, as they can be rather expensive. Having this a part of your collection could save some heartaches. It smells great, works well, and is easy and safe to use. Can't go wrong. Far Off you'll find using more often than not. A sanitizing spray that is perfect to not only wipe up light loose mess, but also clean on a non-visible level. It puts both your mind and customers' minds at ease. A good selling point when you can say that you've helped sanitize the interior of their car, especially if it's a second-hand one or simply a newer used. Everyone seems a little more tense now over germs, so products like this can really help. It's great to have in your car too to tidy up light marks or spots that may show up from simple oils or dust settling. Vinyl care gives the interior that little bit extra. It's one thing to clean, but we can often forget to protect, but this can do both. Vinyl care smells amazing, works extremely well with a matte non-slick finish, and makes for a far superior looking interior. A protective spray that lives up to what the bottle says. Pongo is like fitting that last piece to the puzzle. One thing customers love, and probably you do too, is getting into a car that not only looks great but smells great. Pongo is as simple as spray and forget, leaving behind a fresh, clean smell, neutralizing odors and bringing about that pleasant finish to any interior. Naked glass works as it should. As explained before, glass cleaning isn't a favourite of mine, but naked glass does make it a lot easier. Make sure you have decent clean towels to start, and less is more in terms of the spray. This will bring about that streak-free finish. It made short work helping to clean the very hazy and dirty windows of this Torana, with only a few simple wipes. As with the other products, it's safe, which will make you feel better working across different glass types, be it tinted or not, as well as chrome surfaces too. Lastly, fab protection. Cleaning the stains we've got covered, now to prevent them from becoming stained. Fab protection is an impressive product, being able to repel potential spills and protect a variety of fabric materials from deterioration. A big bonus with this spray is that it doesn't alter the feel of the material, smells great, which I can't say for some of the other fabric protective products, and it's very easy to use. Longevity they say around a year, but that's up for debate depending on how the fabric is kept, both with exposure to the elements and how much it's punished with mess. But overall, it's still impressive. This lineup of interior products got this Torana looking mint. They all worked remarkably well, they were all safe to use, and they are all proudly Australian made, working in perfectly with this Aussie car. When detailing, especially on cars that aren't yours, you need confidence that you're going to get consistent results with products that work as they say, and again, safely. This interior range does just that. Whether you're faced with an extremely dirty car or that maintained beast, they fit the bill. And on that positive note, I'll be closing up this video. Don't forget to like, comment and share, as it helps me out immensely. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all later.